of the session. CEO TechBridge, Mr. Saurabh Agarwal. May I invite you onto the stage, sir. Mr. Saurabh Agarwal, very warm welcome to you. May I also invite on stage Director Madras Security Printers, Mr. Arul Prathan Singh. Warm welcome to you. May we also invite onto the stage Head Business Traffic and Enforcement Ador Powerturn, Mr. Rahul Swardekar. Warm welcome to you. And also inviting to join us as a distinguished speaker, Scientist Joint Director MeitY, Mr. Om Krishnan Singh. May I request the chairperson of the session, Dr. Shiv Kumarji, to kindly begin with the introductory remarks, and the session is over to you, sir. Thank you.
And very good afternoon. First of all, thank you very much for the Bharat exhibitions, and especially Mr. Sashidharan for inviting me and for chairing the session. The brief presentation I will give. Before that, I will just introduce myself. I am Dr. Shiv Kumar. I have joined ITS. ITS is Intelligent Transportation Systems. You are hearing since morning. So we have a ITS India Forum, and I'm the Director General for the ITS India Forum. The key activities, whatever we are doing here, I'll give a snapshot in the last of the brief presentation, introductory presentation I'm giving. So I'll not go into the detail because I have the galaxy of the experts with me who will be basically making the main presentations. So I'll just give the glimpse. So you see the challenges and opportunities of the safe city and leveraging the IoT sensors and the AI for. Leveraging IoT sensors, AI, the blockchain, and all the technologies which are coming, that means we are going for the ITS. So first we are seeing that what are the key challenges and opportunities in the safe city. So, see, this is the glimpse of our roads, our system, which is everybody is aware of. This is not a just. So you see the conflict between man and machine. See the poor roads of the conditions, inadequate mass transportation, high degree of pollution. So these are some of the challenges we are facing. So there are some causes or some reasons for the poor road conditions. Why you always see this type of road conditions whenever there is a rain, or on even in the highways when the roads are in good condition which are constructed. Maybe one of the reason may be overloading of the trucks. Overloading of the trucks is one of the key reason, and I will show the impact on how much impact we are having on the GDP of such scenarios. See that because of the accidents, 3.14% impact on our GDP, which is a huge. And in the international market, in the developed countries, it is about 2%. So there is a scope of bringing this impact to the half. Congestion, again 2.5% impact on the GDP. In the international market, it is 1 to 3% depending on the different countries. Road repair expenditure, 0.5% impact on the GDP, which we never realize. Logistics inefficiency, up to 4% or even more. In the morning also it was indicated that in comparison to the China, we have disadvantage of 6 to 8% on the GDP. So how to survive, how our industry can sustain and compete with the China when the logistic inefficiency is so high, when the impact is so high. So if you see the travel is becoming risky day by day. Number of the vehicles are increasing, and the type of the driving is being done by our most of the drivers for various reasons. And also the discipline, if you see the discipline varies from city to city. If you go to Mumbai, then the discipline is different. If you go to Chandigarh, the discipline is different. If you go to Delhi, then drivers, or even we people, whenever all of us are driving, our discipline also change according to the different cities. And number of road accidents are so high, 1.68 lakhs deaths per year. So every hour in the road accidents, 17 deaths and 55 accidents which are happening. So can this be mitigated? This be controlled? Can the jams we can improve the jamming system? Government is spending a huge money. Every year, if you see the road transport and highways expenditure, 2.78 lakh crores, which the budget has been allocated. Similarly, for the railways, for the civil aviation, shipping, so why the system is not improving, or the advantage is not going to consumer? That is a question, which basically I'll request the experts to address some of them. So the diagnosis of the road safety, if you see, there are a number of regions like human errors. More than 80% of the, because of the, whether it's a over speeding, whether it's a wrong lane driving, whether it's a jumping on the red lights, different, or is the behavior of the drivers. So more than 80%. So can this be also improved using the technology? Others, of course, we can say that it can be done, but whether human errors can be reduced. So that's one of the reasons. Some of the glimpse I will show in the introduction, others, our experts will be doing it. So these are some of the reasons which basically since morning you are listening, and many of you are already aware of. As per WHO, speeding, drunk driving, careless driving, non-use of helmets, these are the reasons for the fatal accidents which are happening. So I'll skip some of them because many of them has been covered. This is one of the topic which has been given to us, the enhancement and opportunities in public transport management. So there are certain areas, number of areas where we can make the improvements. How we can make the improvement, that also our experts will be discussing, and some of them I will discuss. So the dozen of the areas are there, like cost efficiency, data-driven decision making. Everybody is talking about the IoT and the AI, how that, that using the analytics, how we can improve the system. And environmental impact can be reduced, congestion can be reduced, accident can be reduced, and how this basically all the, that we have been talking about, the integration of the model of the transportation. Different modes of transportation has to be integrated, and they have to work very closely. So this is the, ITS meta view, that how that whole system has to be a very coordinated efforts, they have to work. There are a lot of opportunities in ITS, and because the advantage by just bringing the infrastructure, building up the infrastructure, that advantage cannot be, we cannot basically transfer it to the consumers. For that purpose, we need something different, something else. ITS technology journey, we are moving from the, from the conventional or the no communication technology to the slowly, as the technology is advancing, the latency is improving, we are going to the automated driving or automated ITS crowdsourcing, different. These are some artificial intelligence in ITS, V2X. I will give you an example of the V2X pilot, the trial we are doing, the advanced driver assistance system. There has been a study conducted by the CRRI, that what is the advantage and how the things can be improved. Pilot has been done. And then IoT, GIS, telematics, edge computing. These are the number of technologies basically which are the, we can say, the constituent of the ITS. I'll not cover these slides, but so there are a number of gamut of solutions for the road safety. Some of the solutions has been mentioned in the morning, and more will be mentioned. V2X vehicles. This I will give you one example. Just I'm skipping it because I don't want to. Like camera surveillance itself is making a huge, is making a huge difference, and that can improve the system, that can reduce the accidents, and also we can save number of lives. Telematics. So you see the just ADAS, driver drowsiness detection system. This is becoming a very popular. As soon as the driver is getting some drowsiness, then system is detecting alert is immediately. And when testing was done, surprisingly, wherever such type of systems was implemented, it has happened in India by CRRI. Because of the driver knows that system is looking at me, and it will pass on the message immediately to my supervisor or to the control center. So 40% of the improvements was seen just by putting the system. So IoT in the transportation logistics, it can make huge difference. If you see that type of the turnover at the ports, our ports, whenever some items are is coming, so how fast the China is responding and how much time we are taking, the turnover is very, basically, is a very different scenario. That's why the efficiency is degrading. And our logistic efficiency, because of the roads and because of the type of the technology which we have not implemented, is really inefficient. Future of intelligent transportation, vision for the next decade, potential impact on the urban mobility, emerging trends, will just touch a base. So, ITS India Forum. Now, what is ITS India Forum? ITS India Forum is a think tank on the intelligent transportation system. It's a membership-based organization. My friend Rahul is here, and he's one of the prime members. And we have number of members here already present. So we are into policy advocacy and the awareness, industry collaboration, global and local, research support. So all three, if I will say. Then on the policy advocacy, we are working very closely with the NITI Aayog and the various ministries in order to come up with the first comprehensive ITS policy, national ITS policy of India. So we are working very closely with the government. We have made 10 committees on the specialist committees on the specific area, which are chaired by and co-chaired by the industry. And industry is trying to work out and giving us the recommendations. When they give the recommendation, then certainly we are going to place it with the government. So we are awareness also we are propagating. Industry collaboration, we are taking a team of about 12 exhibitors to Dubai to the ITS World Congress. First time in the history of India, we are participating in the ITS World Congress as a community. So we are going to connect them, and they will be certainly collaborating and having a number of, basically, I'm sure they will get a good lead and good business out of it. So locally also we are doing it. In the Pragati Maidan in the October, we have a conference, COMMRAX. Research support and capacity building. We are basically, at present, we are conducting a pilot. This I have, I think. This we are conducting a pilot on the green corridor for the ambulances. As soon as the ambulance will approach to the traffic light, they will get the green light. And this will, how it is happening, there will be basically, ambulance will communicate with the red light, and the red light will turn green whenever it's coming. So we are making a trial. Let us see how, basically, what are the results. It comes, 10 junctions has been covered. It is being conducted by CDEC, Trivandrum, Qualcomm, Denla, Arcadis, and IIT Hyderabad as a knowledge partner. These are the 5 organizations which I have joined, and ITS India is basically one of the key organizations which is coordinating. This is the glimpse of the one of the national ITS policy meeting we had with the NITI Aayog officers are there, and the 50 presentations were made by our stakeholders, our members, and these are some of the members we have exhibited, and almost all IITs, IIMs, they are our members, international communities, bodies, IITS forums, so they are our members in addition to this organizations. So join hands with us for sustainable mobility, safe city through the intelligent transportation system in the India region. India region means we are working in the, not only just in India, we are working with the neighboring countries as well. So thank you very much.
So with your permission, should I start the session? Yeah? Okay. So we're inviting our first speaker. Thank you so much, sir, for those introductory remarks and lovely presentation from you. Inviting Mr. Saurabh Agarwal, who is the CEO TechBridge, to kindly make his presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, thank you, everyone, for this opportunity, and want to take a few moments about thinking and bringing this, event today, bringing all the people together, an important topic of safe city and intelligent mobility. Here, I represent TechBridge, and what we are doing and contributing to the important part is cyber monitoring and securing the India's critical infra, which is the safer city and the mobility. Our whole focus is about the security, cyber security, and securing the critical infra for the country in all the forums, in all the forms, and in all the by all the means. And just a second. Ma'am, how do we move to the next slide? Okay, now it's moving. Okay, yeah. What we see is that everything which is critical infra for the country, which is all safe cities and mobility, we are putting all the efforts for securing that, monitoring and securing that infrastructure. We all understand that how much cyber security has become critical, and like the way we see the cyber attacks, like recently we had this, like it was discussed in the morning as well, that the French metro, it got blocked the day when the Olympics inauguration was supposed to happen, right? And it was an embarrassment, I am sure, and it was a challenge for the government in France to manage the situation. Though nothing came out in the public, I am sure lots of deliberation would have been going on in the internal system. But eventually, it is the threat which is being happening. And governments and critical system, the system has to ensure that these things are under control. They don't happen. They run the country. And similarly, if we all know, then such scenario happened in Maharashtra some time back, where the power infrastructure of the state was hacked, and the whole power grid ecosystem in Maharashtra state was down for quite a number of hours. So these are two examples which we are talking about, but nonetheless, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't, and there is a lot which is happening around us. And yes, the security, the cyber security is a critical component of the critical infra of the country today. So here, as TechBridge, we represent an Indian OEM working in the Indian environment, where we are giving the security solution for this infrastructure. Just before I go ahead into this, I'll give you a couple of things that, yes, we are already present in many of the organizations in the country. Mostly we work with government and across various scenarios, like even in the traffic, in the safe cities, or in the data centers, or other hospital management system, lots of information systems that we have around in the country. We are working with the government bodies across ministries and PSUs, etc. Even in the sector of power, even in the sector of finance, taxation, where we are working, providing security solutions to the customers. Okay. Like to broadly speak up, we have three areas where we work, which is one is threat detection, there is identity and access management, and third is the risk management. These are the three key pillars of any infrastructure that happens around us for any organization, be it government or even private. So we do threat, like we cover, we have various, we have the ecosystem, and the whole of the ecosystem that we present here is, powered by AI capabilities. Just to share with you, sir also, Mr. Shivkumar talked about AI, and I'm sure everyone is talking about AI now. But a big challenge that comes in India is that, do you really have AI, or it's AI as an analytics tool itself only? So as TechBridge, we are giving actual modeling system where we are empowering automatic decision taking. Decision being made by the tool itself with the data information, the raw data which we have. So we work on that, we discuss that later, but yes, we give threat detection and prevention. Just to share one more thing, prevention is a very critical component of any threat detection part. So as a company, we work on the actionables, even if it is identity management, or even if it is risk management or threat management. We are talking about actionables. We don't want to, so we have, I've myself worked in MNCs, and we know that organizations, they don't give you complete end-to-end solutions, it's not turnkey. Lots of money goes into drain, I would say, around putting manpower and other things. So we are trying to bring in as much AI and automation in every other things, so that the manpower dependence and actually the human error reduces. That's the main thing. Okay, so in the threat detection and prevention, we actually have same SOAR Yuba. We all, people from the technology industry, they all understand what is SIM SOAR Yuba, which has become very common name. But yes, we are giving advanced capabilities in the threat detection part. It's a bit of a brief on what all capabilities that we give. Like ultimately, the whole aim is that we give threat detection and prevention from the same from the platform. At the background, you can see which is the real images of our platform dashboards. Actually, like even this one or these ones, which gives you a very comprehensive, detailed real-time incidents and real-time response platform. In the terms of identity management, which is very, very critical in mobility scenario or even safe cities, where things like passwordless authentication, like even RBI says today that we should have passwordless authentication. We want to go away from OTP system because of lots of frauds happening in that. I myself use some banking apps from banks outside India, where we have all biometric based authentication mechanism, end-to-end turnkey, which is what we also have developed, in fact more advanced than that. And that is being that is very critical now, where you have biometric based ecosystem for complete identity management. Yeah, this is a brief about what all capabilities that we have in the. So there is a study by Gartner about how identity management is playing role across the globe, and every application, everything, even in when we talk about intelligent mobility, and so identity theft, identity impersonation. Everything around identity is, we all know OTPs or even facial recognitions and things like that. There's lots of impersonation, identity thefts are happening. And TechBridge as an organization, we are investing a lot in the research and development around identity management, where we work on the zero trust environment. So as a part of, as the digitization is growing, okay, so let's understand the fact that the digitization is growing. India is digitizing at a very fast pace. We were discussing during the lunch about the data center growth. Like it's envisaged that data center capacity in India will grow around 11 times, and in some scenario even 22 times in the country in next 5 years. So that means how much of the digital and the data is available with us, which has to be managed. And hence the people are going to the users of digitization, and then identity is the critical thing with the large population in the country. So we are emphasizing a lot on the identity management, and in the direction there are multiple paradigms of identity management, and it's giving wonderful results. And even in our AI platform, we are circling back the whole 360-degree feeds of the such scenarios which are being given feedback to the platform for threat management, where a system can know at the advanced level how threats can be managed better. Even we have seen results in the range of 60 to 70% where efficiency can be improved due to 360-degree coverage of the threat and identity put together. As an organization in this direction, we are working that. So we are competing against big names in the industry, and yes, we are able to bring some niche to our environment, to our critical infrastructure, which is to be secured. And then yes, I think it's a critical role that we play in the whole system. The last and the very critical part is the risk management. So after we have done the threat management, we have done identity management, then there are risks obviously in cybersecurity. When it comes to the risk, then the risk management has to happen. So we are giving two critical components, which is vulnerability assessment and the patch management. This patch management is a fantastic tool that we have developed. These are not available off the shelf. Not lots of people do this. Ultimately, it's all about the risk being managed in a most efficient way. And TechBridge as an organization, we are, as I mentioned in the beginning, threat, identity, and risk. These are the three critical components of managing the cybersecurity. So, yeah, as a part of, as we become more intelligent, we need more security in our ecosystem. And that is what we are doing now. A brief couple of things over what we are providing here in our tools. Like we can discuss, we can give more details later, but yeah, overall this is what we are giving. Couple of standards that as we follow, just to, because cybersecurity is very, very important that we have standards being followed. It's a compliance things also, so that's what we take up across. Yeah, I'll skip this. Thank you. And any questions anyone has, I'm available here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saurabh Agrawal. You have very nicely said cybersecurity has become critical, and you are working on the securing the critical infrastructure. That means you are working on the now. And you told that you are having a lot of clients with the government, PSUs, data center, and you have information systems and focusing on the R&D, zero trust, identity management. Just one thing. Maybe in the later I'll ask you one question, that it is said the AI for the cybersecurity and cybersecurity for the AI. So later on maybe you can answer that question. Before that, I will now switch over to the Mr. Arul Prathan Singh, who is the director of the Madras Security Printers.
Good afternoon, everyone, distinguished chairman of the panel, panelists, and all friends. A warm welcome to the presentation. So the subject given is challenges and opportunities for safe city and leveraging IoT for traffic management and public transport. I believe we are all experts listening to lectures since the morning. So let me introduce MSP. MSP was started in 1976. We are headquartered in Chennai and located pan-India. So we are a full service system integrator. We provide end-to-end solutions to the government or departments, right from the civil work which goes into the smart city or surveillance projects, pole erections, foundations, road cutting, and up to the camera installations, data center setups, and O&M for 5 years or 3 years. The full service we provide. We are a turnkey system integrator. We have 4 decades of experience in e-governance, security printing, system integration, and related products. We are certified to multiple ISO standards, and we are also CMMI level 5 certified for software development. We have over 1,000 plus staff members in our group, and more than 200 plus staff members in R&D. So what is a safe city? Safe City is a comprehensive initiative that integrates various technologies to enhance the safety of the citizens in a city. So what are the typical components of a safe city? A safe city typically has a command center where the video feeds from the cameras are integrated and stored, and the surveillance cameras themselves, some platform to monitor the events real time, like a video management or analytics platform. And if you need any analytics on top of that, like a command control center platform for alert management or SOP. These are the typical components of safe city projects which are being implemented in India. So when we talk about safe cities globally, as you all know, China is the China is the country which has implemented largest number of safe cities with the highest surveillance cameras, followed by USA. If you talk about cities specifically, Chongqing, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, in China is the most surveilled city in the world in terms of sheer number of cameras. In India, Delhi is the city with the highest number of surveillance cameras per capita. 2002 report highlighted that Delhi had over 1,826 cameras per square mile. I'm sure it has increased in the last 2 years after that. And apart from that, London is also one of the most surveilled cities where the trend of smart cities initially began. And we have attached some statistics. Why smart cities? So if you see the statistics, it says there is a decrease of 25% in the crime rate directly related to the installation of surveillance cameras. So some more statistics. What is the impact of CCTV cameras on crime reduction? The first graph, you can see there is a 37% decrease post installation of CCTV cameras. The source is from a report of IIT Kanpur. The second shows the number of unsolved cases has reduced from 2018 to 2020 by 50%. And you can see the recovery rates in crime, like petty theft, mobile phones, jewelries. So it has increased by almost 77% between 2018 and 2020. So it is very clear that India needs to invest more money and take smart city projects very seriously. So why safe cities? So safety of women and children, of course men as well, and data-driven governance, sustainable development, crime prevention. Cameras are a deterrent for any criminals, which they may always see that the evidence from cameras would be utilized against them in a court of law. Public trust and confidence, improved emergency response. So the need for safe cities, any emergency situations, and there are multiple other incidents which cameras are today able to detect and alert the command centers before they happen. So we have most of the video analytics platforms are very proficient in detecting crowd formation, object classification. So these are all helping administrators and law enforcement officers prevent crimes and detect hotspots of the cities. So as you know, any footage from a CCTV camera can be produced in court of law as evidence. Today, most of the cameras are installed in specific locations. It is not yet installed to all the locations. So police are identifying important locations and cameras are being installed. So what are the challenges in a safe city project during the implementation? So we have infrastructure and technology challenges. There are compatibility with existing cameras which are already installed in the city. There are network and connectivity issues. They may be working on different MPLS networks or VLANs or different networks which need to be integrated to the centralized command control centers. Data management, regulatory and compliance challenges, coordination between different stakeholders, cyber security threats, as Mr. Saurabh spoke extensively about, privacy and ethical constraints, public awareness and engagement, and of course, scalability. So as a case study for all these problems, we have implemented Chennai Safe City, which is done by MSP end-to-end. So we have installed 5,250 surveillance cameras with artificial intelligence and analytics across 1,750 junctions. So we were implementing almost 20 junctions per day, and we completed the project between 6 to 8 months. So another important mention is there is almost 7 petabyte of storage in this project, which is one of the largest storage capacities for safe city projects. So these are some of the alerts which the project generates, which people are using, the police are using to solve crimes. In fact, day before yesterday, they have almost detected 10 stolen vehicles in a single day. There are between the cameras placed across the city. So these are the key features of the project. Regular technical training which we undertake to the police, alert pushing. So we have defined an SOP along with the administrators so that as the project is in O&M stage, how they can actively make use of the project. Women's safety, of course, and then analytics. So future scope. So advanced video analytics, cyber security. So since most of the cameras in the future are also considered as endpoints, they will need to be secured from the endpoint level as well. And then there will be a centralized platform, because if you see Chennai, we have a separate smart city, a safe city, similar to other cities. So we believe in the future, most of this will be unified into a single command center, or at least under a single platform which will be accessible to the different administrators. So these are the future opportunities we look at in the field: machine learning and artificial intelligence, sophisticated encryption technology. So if a city has cameras which are already implemented and we are going to install a new command center, how these cameras are going to be integrated? It cannot be over a public network where the IP is accessible to everybody. So there has to be an encryption between the endpoint and the control room. Edge analytics, we see edge analytics as a major future opportunity. Of course, alerts to the offenders in terms of any violations of traffic, parking, which will happen instantly in the future. And these are the use cases where we have implemented in Chennai for the ITMS. So we will also leave you with a short video of the project, which will explain the features and the type of implementation we have done. If you have any questions, you may feel free to ask. Thank you.
To enhance the safety and security of women and children in 8 major cities across the country, a surveillance project under MeitY scheme has been implemented. Chennai, being one of the metropolitan cities in the country, was chosen for this project. The implementation, operation, and maintenance of the Safe City Surveillance Project has been awarded to MeitY Security Printers. 1,750 key locations have been identified for camera pole installation, and an average of 3 high-end 5-megapixel cameras. The total number of cameras are 5,250. The seamless streaming of the surveillance feeds from these locations will be viewed at the Integrated Command and Control Center in the Office of the Commissioner of Police, Chennai. The police personnel will be monitoring these in 3 shifts around the clock to curtail incidents of crime across Chennai city. This surveillance system is equipped with state-of-the-art technology and AI-based software, which offers numerous analytics coupled with alerts to facilitate immediate action on the occurrences by the officers monitoring in the Integrated Command and Control Center. The following analytics are available in the surveillance feeds. The AI-based software will help in ensuring the safety of women. If a woman is being harmed, the camera feed will be analyzed by AI software, and it will immediately pop up as an alert at the Integrated Command and Control Center, the type of instance and the location to help the police gear up to tackle it. The ANPR cameras will help track the various types of scenarios, such as vehicle type, color of the vehicle involved in crimes, instances, suspected vehicles, stolen vehicles, and help in identifying the culprits. Whenever an occurrence happens, the camera feeds received at the data center corroborates it with the data available in the system, and with the help of AI technology, it immediately creates an alert and it pops up on the video wall specifying the location, type of event, and time. This helps the officers to quickly react with immediate support to the victim within a couple of minutes. The cameras and all the other supporting electronic gadgets will be continuously monitored by a software on a minute-to-minute basis to help immediate maintenance activities. The surveillance video feeds will be stored in the data center and replicated in the data recovery center. The live camera feeds will also be monitored at the 6 JCB and 12 DCB offices. The Chennai Safe City project aims to provide a rapid response, backing the Greater Chennai Police, keeping in mind the safety of the city and its citizens.
Thank you, Arul. It looks like 20% of your workforce is working on the R&D. That looks to be one of the open secret of the success. And I said that other than the printer, it looks you are doing everything today. Camera, surveillance, AI, and all other things. Great. You very nicely said the need of the safe cities, constituents, the challenges. The case study was very interesting. Thank you very much, Arul. Next speaker is Rahul Savardkar, who is the head business traffic and the enforcement at the Ador Powerton.
Good afternoon. Been an post-lunch session would always be a difficult session, so I'll keep it simple. I'll share some numbers. I'm a number guy, so I'll share some numbers. I'll start with numbers. The presentation is full of images, what's happening on the roads. So we will go through it. While we talk about best-in-class roads and everything, let's see what exactly happens on the roads in India. So let's start with numbers. Dr. Shiv mentioned 168,000 deaths last year. Age group is 25 to 45, 3% GDP loss. In fact, the number of deaths are more compared to a summation of all the 3 wars that we have fought. If you add up the soldiers lost in all the 3 wars that we've lost, the number of deaths that happen every year is much more than that. So it's a major concern. And my entire presentation would revolve around our core theme, which is helping people get home safe. While the session is on safe cities and everything, our core purpose at Ador is helping people get home safe. So we are proud of to be a part of an 115-year-old organization. We are part of the JB Advani group. We proudly share that the entire Burj Khalifa is on Ador welding electrodes and Ador welding machines. So it's a long legacy that we are into. We are into diversified businesses. We are into power electronics. We are into EV charging. We are into hydrogen. You name it, we are into. Looking at the customer base, we cater to public transports, the municipalities, factory premises, the PSUs. Across the industry, we share our products across. I'll quickly run through the products because most of the products would be there on the website, so I don't want to get into what the products are. So we are into speed displays. We are into speed displays with cameras. We are with portable message signing boards. Speed enforcement, if you had seen the first slide, that was an image of the Mumbai-Pune Express Highway. We way back in 2019 were the first to do speed enforcement on Mumbai-Pune Express Highway. So if any challans that you are getting in, those are through our cameras across. The products across arrow signboards for highways, variable message signboards, impact attenuators, roller barriers. This is one of the interesting products that we introduced late in this year, again for the national highways. We always talk of people driving and dying and across. We never talk of people who are actually working on the road. So these products complement them. They save the lives of people who actually work on road. People putting in the bitumen, people cutting in the trees, people watering in the plants. You need to take care of them. So these products complement to those people across. I'll quickly run through solutions, and as I mentioned I'll touch base only on enforcement. We have a gamut of products across, but I'll touch base only on enforcement across over here. Deploying technology is what ITS sector would require. That would make the difference. Dr. Shiv also mentioned it about it. Right technology deployment is the need an hour. So let's see what happens on the road. Typically, we provide radar-based solutions with ANPR and camera. So these are certain things which happen on the road. People tend to drive in wrong directions. They stall their vehicles. You have people without seat belts. You have accidents happening you have high-risk spots across. You have speed violations. Just to mention, people always feel that drunken driving is the major reason for fatalities, but speed is the major reason for fatalities. So my next slides will all mention about enforcement, what comes in across. We also mentioned about assets on the highway. There are so many cameras, there are so many electronics on the camera, but what happens to the data which comes in from these assets? You need to do some incident detections from the data coming in through assets. This all data comes into the control room. There are a set of people who sit over there, monitor those incidences, then take actions. Country needs to move ahead. We need to use technology. All these incidences should automatically give alerts to the utilities as well as the hospitals, because that's the golden hour when you can save lives on the road. During the day, we did talk about real-time traffic patterns. Yes, this is also a need of the hour. Rather than having fixed speed zones on highway, we should have traffic running in depending upon the traffic density. Variable message signboards, you can see out across over there. We spend lakhs of rupees on variable message signboards, and we put messages across like use seat belts, don't drink and drive. These are all static messages. The country needs real-time messages for traffic congestions, temperatures, if there is rain ahead or some congestions across. Real-time messaging is a need an hour. I did mention about off-peak and peak hour traffic monitoring. I'll touch base on enforcement. So we have everything in enforcement related to distracted driving, seat belts, point speeds, average speeds, unregistered vehicle monitoring and everything. So let's look at what exactly we should have. Then I'll subsequently share what we don't have. This is the standard number plate which ideally all the cars should have. Let's quickly run what we have across. These are the type of number plates we see. There's a VMS across in the background, which also shows our poor O&M activities. And you can see the entire creeper on that VMS. It's not been maintained. People use fancy numbers. People use 8055, convert it into a boss. They use 4141, make it a Dada. So typical playing around with number plates. This is the challenge across. We are still not into the basics. We don't have standard number plates still in the country. Sorry to share this slide, but offenders are across. We have even the police using fancy number plates. Again, standardization on placing of number plates is also an issue. Here you can see the number plate has been put across on the side of the vehicle across. Font is an issue. You can see the bar across out over there, hardly visibility on the number plates. Does get accumulated, you can't read number plates. How would you enforce in the country? So typically for enforcement, what does the enforcement require is, so the enforcement should be consistent. it should be put across in any court of law. System benefits must outweigh cost. This is a major concern out over here. We have best of the systems, but when all these systems get priced out when you put across, and system complexity should be minimal. I'm sharing some of the images that we do across the country. These are the images, speed across the country with timestamps. You need timestamps on images because for any court of law, you need to provide evidence. So these are images through our cameras that have been done on Mumbai, Pune. Some night images, you can see the speeds that what they are running at. Mobile usage. Mobile, no seat belts, lane issues. This is Delhi Eastern Peripheral. Again, no seat belts across. So this is how things happen on the highways across. Dr. Shiv did mention about V2X. This is something which is happening up. We need to connect all our vehicles with all the equipments that are on the road, be it the infrastructure or be it the devices across. So this quickly shows an image where a vehicle has been talking into the variable message signboards, the speed boards, the real-time weather data, traffic signals and everything. This is the need of the hour. Teams are working on V2X. There are certain limitations currently on it, but we should quickly roll out V2X is what we are talking about. Finally, I think the time is up. I'll just quickly run through our latest case study that we did in Odisha. These are speed cameras that we installed in Odisha for enforcement across Bhubaneswar-Puri stretch just before the Rath Yatra, including the vehicle counts, because there were almost over 1 lakh of vehicles in Puri during the Rath Yatra. So we completed this project just before the Rath Yatra across. A few of the images that happen on the state highway roads, people do drive without helmets. While the lady is using an helmet, she is not using it for her child. So strange, but these are things how happen in some of the speed images across. Some more speed images across. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rahul. You nicely told that enforcement, which is a very basic issue, and it can reduce the number of, basically, it has severe implications and can reduce number of crimes, numbers of accidents, and it can really help. And these are the things which are required, the standardization of the number plates, which very often it comes in the, there is a drive from the government from time to time, but actual implementation is like, that plastic, the poly bags and the polythene which comes, and after 6 months or a couple of months, you see again they are in the market. So enforcement has to be consistent, basically. If the enforcement is consistent and across the nation, I think it's going to help a lot. And that CB2X as a unified road safety measures, once it is implemented, it will also help. Thank you very much. Next speaker is Sri Om Kishan Singh, who is a scientist D and joint director at the MeitY. Floor is yours, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, distinguished panelist audience. So I'm Om Kishan Singh, basically dealing the electric vehicle and ITS related activity in the ministry. So first of all, I would like to thank Bharat exhibition for inviting for this presentation. So here I'm going to discuss basically the technologies which has been indigenously developed, being supported by the ministry. So, as I mentioned, green technology. So there is need why we are moving to the automotive industry, shifting from the traditional fuel base to the green technology. So as we all are aware about that, so these what some technical why the limitation of IC engines to move towards the electric vehicle. So I'm not going to details about that because I think you must be aware about that. So as far as this traffic, when we talk about the intelligent transportation and all, so in India we have the traffic that mixed kind of vehicles are there, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheelers on the road, but in developed country like US there is a homogeneous traffics are there. So the technologies needed for that kind of countries are different what here in our country, not only just because of the traffic, in terms of temperatures, in terms of road conditions, and different, I mean, affordability also is a major issues. So here the temperature goes more than 48 degrees Celsius. And we generally use, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, more than 80% we are using to the two-wheeler, three-wheelers, which is for very short distances. So the whatever we are taking into the consideration of the next technology development or like that. So majorly we focuses these kind of things. So why? Because I have bifurcated these two parts, my presentation, that is first electric vehicle and then the intelligent transportation. So in electric vehicle, as we know that government has a target to introduce EV, there is target by 2030. So to meet that target, there are a lot of schemes for R&D, for manufacturing, demand side incentive, manufacturing side incentive, R&D incentives is being supported to introduce more and more in our country. So in line with that, we have initiated a program on development of electric vehicle subsystem. So where we are taking up the technologies of motor, controller, converters, chargers, battery management systems. This is not just for the, proof of concept kind of thing. It will be at higher TRL level, up to the commercialization level with the supports of the industry. So in consortium mode, we have taken this kind of schemes and this kind of projects. So you can see like here in all the activities, all the technology development projects, there is a developers, there is a manufacturers and users in a consortiums. And all are invited through the call for proposals. So some of them activities has already been done and technology transferred to the industry, which is being commercialized. And next call for proposal is being worked out and soon it will be published. So these are the roadmaps. We have started our this program 2020 in line with the Ministry of Heavy Industry, Department of Science and Technology, because few activities has been initiated there also. So right now, with the Ministry of Heavy Industry, which is basically nodal ministry for taking up this EV roadmap. So we are working and towards the next call for proposal. So currently, we have developed, two-wheeler, three-wheelers technologies. And now we are targeting for four-wheelers and higher segment vehicle trucks. So these are the few photographs where, the technology which has been developed, then launched, and then being commercialized through different partners, industry partners, manufacturers. So these are the brochures of them. So, most of the technologies has been displayed during one of the, Digital India Week, where Honorable Prime Minister, visited that one, to how it is going forward and how we can introduce more and more industry into such kind of program so that in the faster adoption of technology into real manufacturing. So here, as I mentioned, there are 3 verticals here. So these are, few of the outcomes that has resulted as a result of, of these EVSS programs. So some of them has already been commercialized and some of them, so it is in an open forum. I mean, it is available on the MeitY website, available on the nodal centers through CDAC, where the any industry, manufacturing or user industry, which is tier 1, tier 2, who are willing to take the technology because it is being transferred in non-exclusive basis. So these are the outcomes. In parallel, we have programs on power electronics, where, why I am talking in this forum, Safe City, because solar's renewable integration is very important when we talk about the smart city, safe city like that, where these are going to very important roles because 90% of the energy, more than 90% energy is being converted from one form to the another form. So where power electronics is going to play very important roles when we talk about the renewable energy, solars and all, when vehicle to grid, vehicle to building, vehicle to all. So in this program also, large of, many technologies related to this LVDCs, HVDCs have been developed, and it has been deployed after field trial and then being commercialized to the company. So a lot of academic and industry partners are there in these programs. Through them, through that only this could make possible. So under these various components of these EVs also have been developed with the new WBG based devices. And V2G, vehicle to grid, is also being developed with the. So when we talk about the intelligent transportation systems, so in ITS, I think sir might be aware, ITS forum, he's the chairman. So in ITS also, MeitY has a separate program through which many technologies for the intelligent transportation system has been developed, including the traffic signal controller, adaptive traffic control systems, pedestrian safety enhancement controller, emergency service vehicle priority systems, bus priority systems, fleet management systems. So, this is the traffic signal controllers. Hardware, software, everything has been developed and it has been transferred to 9 industry. So who is TOT partners, who is commercializing and deploying as per the requirement in different part of the country. Traffic signal monitoring and management softwares. This is basically a software tool to remotely monitor and manage network for traffic signal controllers. So it has also been transferred to 9 industries for the deployment. As I mentioned, adaptive traffic control system software, which is already been developed and transferred to the industry. Apart from this, emergency service vehicle priority system like ambulance and fire engines, how the priority takes place through the different this hardware and software. There are different sensors have been deployed, and then by using that signals.
Sir, can you wind up in 1 minute, sir?
Yeah. Very, 2 minutes more. So pedestrian safety enhancement controllers, this is for pedestrian who is differently ablated, visually challenged. So keeping in this consideration, the technology, software and hardware has been developed indigenously through ministry supports, and it has been, this POC is implementation in Trivandrum. The EOI is open for transfer of technology. So bus priority system, similarly, using the DSRC, dedicated short range communications, and remote terminal unit, bus terminal units. So these are the, software, hardware is available for taking it forward for the manufacturing. Similarly, vehicle tracking for goods tracking and all. So, and bus arrival and personalized transit route guidance information. This is also, developed, and we have been transferred. This technology have been transferred to 4 industry partners. Personalized transit route like GPS and all. So this has also been developed. So these are the few industry partners who has taken the technologies and commercializing in the market and deploying as per the requirement. So apart from this thermal camera, it has been developed, and recently it has been transferred to this industry, more than 9 industries, and so it is being deployed, under the commercialization phase. So this is all about what the technologies indigenously developed through the government support, and it is available for taking it forward for the manufacturing, because it is in non-exclusive nature. So for any this kind of information, you may contact on this email ID and this website. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Om Krishnan Singh ji. You have very nicely briefed about the various controllers and how the ecosystem is being developed with the various partners, and the technology transfer is being done, and there is an opportunity for the collaboration. One of the traffic signal controller we are using for our pilot from the CDAC Trivandrum. So thank you very much, sir. With this, I thanks all my co-panelists for giving a nice presentation, giving the insight into the safe city, how they are contributing, and thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you so much, Chairperson of the session, sir, for a wonderful session. Thank you so much, distinguished speakers, for a wonderful presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we conclude our post-lunch session, the second technical session. But we'd like to present mementos to our distinguished speakers. Honorable Chairperson, sir, may I request you to kindly present mementos to our speakers. Requesting Dr. Shiv Kumar to present a memento to Mr. Saurabh Agarwal. May we now present a memento to Mr. Arul Prathan. And may I once again request Dr. Shiv Kumar to kindly present a memento to Dr. Rahul Swadekar. So may I request you to present a memento to Mr. Om Krishnan Singh. And on behalf of Bharat exhibition, may I request Mr. Ranjit to kindly join us on session. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we conclude this session. May I request all our speakers to kindly join in for a group photograph, sir.